Okay, guys, so the setup is pretty basic here. We've got to defend the bridge. I mean, it seems pretty simple, right? And we actually have one more brigade than even necessary for this battle. I'm hoping that we can do a good job here. Let's go ahead and get started. Our main forces are deployed a few miles eastward from the location guarding the Manassas Railroad Junction. By the way, some people mentioned the noise in the background. I've got a fan on. That might be what you guys are hearing, and no, it's way too hot to not mess with the fan. I actually live on the top floor of a building. Very, very tiny room, and it gets hot in here, despite the fact that it's pretty cold outside. Bull Run River is a natural barrier between our lines and the Union Army on the other side. The damn Federals, and we're going to have to mess with these Federals for sure. I mean, they don't go down without a fight, that's for sure. So, to protect the left flank of the army, we need to guard all the forwards. We've got a lot of responsibility in this battle. And one of the things we're going to have to do is try and, stop the enemy from crossing this river, but we don't have sufficient regiments to guard this passage. We need to be alert for enemy movements, and McDowell may try something. So this small hill near Matthews Farm is a good position to create a defensive line in case the enemy threatens our left. There's a lot of different areas here to focus on as the Confederacy, and Henry Hill is another strong position for our artillery in the area that must be secured. Pretty straightforward. Our orders are to defend the position and scout for enemy movements, and if the Federals attack us, reinforcements will be dispatched from the southeast. Alright, Federal forces have been spotted on the other side of the river, and we'll certainly try to cross it, guys. We're going to be defending a wide swath of river. We're going to take a position on the hill here, try to defend it. Don't forget, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and hit that like button, share the video. It always helps, and definitely lets us know what you guys like to watch. Alright, we don't have enough forces to guard the passage. Scout this area because the Federals may attack us from either side. I mean, no matter what happens here, it's going to be a tough fight for us. Alright, here we go, y'all. We're going to get started. We're starting down here. Delay the Yankees until you receive more reinforcements. That's our only job, is to delay the Yankees, guys. We've got Preston here. We just gave him some new rifles. And we could also take Preston out and put in Archer. I actually put a general in charge of a division. And I'm thinking maybe we could put Archer in, but then again, getting rid of skirmishers, they could be pretty useful. I'm trying to think if this is worth it. Nah, we'll keep the skirmishers there. We're going to get reinforcements eventually anyway, so let's hope that these guys will be able to wait until the reinforcements arrive. And as you can see, Siegfried is recovered from his wounds. Good to know, because this guy is somebody we definitely need on our side, and we want to delay those Yankee reinforcements. And I'm thinking these skirmishers might be just the guys to do the trick. Come on, where are you damn Yankees? You scared? I think the Yankees are scared, y'all. So we've got to hold the stone bridge and hold Matthews Hill as well. And we're nowhere near Matthews Hill, so we're going to have to wait for reinforcements to get there, unless we want to dispatch one of our units over there. And I'm not so sure we want to do that, to be honest with you. And right now, I could scout this area if we had some cavalry, but as it stands, we don't. We're actually going to fast forward here just a little bit to see where the enemy is and see if we can spot them. But at this point, we're just trying to stop them from crossing this area here. I wish we had some scouting units. We just don't. Enemy artillery spotted on the other side. Sure enough, here we go, guys. The battle has begun. So enemy regiments are approaching from that side of the bridge, and especially if we get some shots on those artillery regiments with Preston, I mean, that would be amazing. Nah, let's get back. That's too risky. Way too risky. The good news is we do have an uphill advantage. You guys can see the hill here. So we're going to be firing at the 2nd New York and the 2nd Ohio as they try to break their way across this bridge. And I think we can get some pretty vicious shots on them. Let's get Siegfried here, get a nice little crossfire going. Whoa, sorry. Sorry, y'all. Damn it. Alright, so Preston is firing away. The skirmisher. That 2nd New York scares me. The New York infantry units are actually pretty damn strong. Obviously, they've got a lot of men in them, and I would prefer not to face them. By the way, I always like the questions you guys respond to in this game. How would you feel if Zouaves were added to the game? Do you think that would be a cool addition? I kind of do. I think a lot of these Civil War games, as much as I love my friend Darth's work on this game, they really focus a lot on the blue and the gray when there were so many other colors represented, really, among the armies. So let's go ahead and get Kemper here. It looks like the enemy is going to try and just irritate us to no end, and basically hang out across the river, firing those cannons. Two can play at that game, let's put it that way. I'm not moving from this position. I'm just going to stay put, really. Although I do want Cable to target specifically the enemy artillery. Might fire at the 2nd Ohio with Preston. Nice. Not ultra effective, but you know what? If we can fire a few shots across the river and kill some Yanks, it's good for us. Now there we go. We got the 1st Ohio coming up this way. And it looks like they might be trying to cut us off, maybe even trying to get to that point to the west, Matthews Hill. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. So I'd really like to use this this forest as cover, but I'm not sure we can get there in time. I'd rather just run up to the enemy, get a nice shot off, and deal with them that way. So let's go ahead and move up here on the 1st Ohio. We're going to try to catch them before they really make any headway. And I might even bring Jack Dalton to provide some morale for our men, because they're going to be afraid going up against a unit all by themselves. I mean, that's not easy. Let's go ahead. Open fire, boys. Siegfried. Now, all of these boys are veterans, guys, so as you can see, look at that withering fire. They're just dropping like flies. In fact, one volley may have been enough to make them run. Come on, Siegfried. Reload. You boys have done this in training plenty. We don't want them taking our position. Let's see what's going on over here. So it looks like the 2nd New York might be trying to make their way across. Then again, it's kind of hard to tell. Looks like the 1st Ohio has realized that they cannot beat our forces here. A little tempted to bring Kemper up and start firing, but I think that could be a mistake. And even bringing Siegfried all the way out here just to follow the 1st Ohio is probably not the greatest idea in the world. I'm thinking we want to send him over here to watch this area. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and send Siegfried over here to watch that fort, and we're going to bring Jack Dalton back down. And look at that. The 2nd New York is making their way across. We've got to get some good volley fire here on these guys. So it looks like Preston's being flanked. Preston firing directly at the 2nd New York. And we're going to bring Kemper forward just to get a volley on the enemy. I've got to take the bait, especially if the bait is this juicy. Come on, Jack. Kemper, open fire. We got those barrels in front of us. I'm hoping they're going to give us a significant advantage in defense. And Union cavalry spotted. I didn't want to see that. They're crossing the river here. In fact, we can turn back and fire on the scouts. That's all they are, just a few scouts. Who the hell is scared of them? So we're going to try to hit them, but the 1st Ohio is headed to the location where we are essentially trying to hold the enemy off. Okay. Sorry about that slight delay, gentlemen. I just got a call. I just got a message from the front lines. Yeah, guys, so we're back here, and we're trying to stop the Union from crossing here. So, of course, I'm going to hit the 2nd New York with as much as I can. We tried to catch those cavalry, but it looks like they probably got past us. Now, the good news is we just received some reinforcements. Bartow, as well as some artillery units, are on the way, and I'm starting to second-guess myself as to whether I should move Siegfried back to where Jack is. I'm thinking we probably shouldn't. I'm thinking Siegfried's going to have to defend this area, because this bridge, look at that, 2nd New York's routing. This bridge is such a deadly zone, and they've got such a small area to cross. I think we can pretty much hold it with these 2 units. It's not like they're crappy units either. These are very strong units. So we're going to go ahead and grab the rest here, B, and Bertow's already on the way. We're moving Siegfried up there on the line too, and of course all of our artillery units. Now, I might move Jack Dalton very soon here, back there with the rest of the men. I'm thinking that probably is the best idea, but for now, we'll keep him right here. So if I can crack the 2nd Ohio, I might go ahead and just charge across and get rid of those artillery pieces, because right now you can just see they're peppering our lines, and even though they're not doing significant damage, they're doing enough to be kind of annoying. Hello, don't be late. Okay, great. That's nice. Let's close that. Sure enough, look at that, guys. The Union is already here. So I'm actually glad that we brought Siegfried. He's going to get in these woods, and I was pretty sure that the Union would be prepared. We saw them moving on this position pretty early, so they have taken Matthews Hill. What we've got to hope is that Bartow can stop these guys right in their tracks. And that's going to require a lot of work on his part. Nice flanking shot on the 1st Ohio. It's also going to require the enemy to make some mistakes, which they seem to be in no short supply of right now. Hampton's brigade and General Beauregard are here to help. Oh, goodness me. So now we can keep Jack over here. We can bring Beauregard, excuse me, my southern listeners will kill me for that, Beauregard, up here to assist as well. And I'm going to try to get Siegfried right here on the bottom of the hill. We'll move in slowly but surely. There we go. We got Imboden also. 1st Ohio directly in front of us. Come on, boys. Give him hell. Alright, we're going to get B into the position here, and where is Beauregard? Alright, nice. Beauregard's on the way. Hampton's Legion is also moving up here. It looks like the New York boys came back for another fight, but I don't really think they're going to get anything out of that. So it looks like the 2nd Ohio has left this area. Beautiful. And actually, you know what? We might go ahead and send Hampton's Legion over here. Sadly, it looks like our artillery is out. Totally out of ammunition. Of course, they're still going to fire just in very short bursts. And we'll move the rest of our infantry up. With Siegfried closing in on the area, and Beauregard will be watching these boys. There's very few generals, Confederate generals, besides maybe Robert E. Lee, that I trust, and of course maybe Longstreet, that I trust more than Beauregard. He's absolutely amazing. We've also got B, who apparently, I didn't know this, but he's also a general, is going to be moving in here. So some people might be asking, why did you take generals to lead your infantry brigades? I didn't. Actually, I selected one. But besides that, it's probably just the game itself. Replacing, and not really concerned about it. I think as long as we can keep them alive, they should be able to do a damn good job. Of course, it's bad to have a colonel in command of generals. Let's go ahead and move Siegfried in here, guys. Try to take this position back, and we're going to move over here, and look at that. We've got Burnside. Oh, boy. Burnside's brigade is spotted, and of course, that's a serious amount of men. Look at that. Oh, man. There are a lot of enemy units here. This is going to be the true test of the fight. We might have wanted to move Hampton's Legion up here, as a matter of fact. So I'm actually going to take Hampton's Legion. We've got the supplies here as well. I'm going to move them to get to our artillery unit. And with the rest of our men, guys, we're going to have to do tremendous amounts of damage here. Looks like we may be taking this area back, but I need B to fire, and I need B to fire now. Good work, B. Porter's doing extremely well. Alright, Siegfried is in position. And I almost want to move these artillery pieces a bit closer, guys. The reason I'm not doing that is it's gonna waste way too much time. And look at that. Oh my goodness. Just when we sent Hampton's Legion away, we may need him again. So I'm actually going to move Hampton's Legion back. As you can imagine, Keyes has quite a lot of men, and he can definitely do some damage. Come on, boys. Use that damn barn for cover. Alright, we're going to fire at the 1st Ohio. And once again, moving this artillery piece, it's going to take too long, and, you know, we're going to miss a lot of shots here. Let's go ahead and get, I loved your guys' answers last video about, you know, basically the ships and whether or not they could be sunk. They were such cool answers. So I want another answer here. I want you guys to tell me, what was the most common wound in the Civil War? And specifically, what wound would be common but not necessarily fatal? We want to find that out. Alright, let's take a look here, boys. So, we're still firing with Hampton's Legion, and Franklin and Wilcox press our flank. I mean, they're everywhere. Look at how many enemies there are. It's unbelievable. So, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try to fire on Wilcox. And I might even need to bring Hampton's Legion. I think it's a bit late, but we may not have a choice. Alright, come on, boys. Howard's getting more artillery. We are heavily outnumbered. Oh, my goodness. Look at how heavily outnumbered we are, too. So, it looks like one of our boys is moving back. It's going to be B. And hopefully Siegfried and Bartow can hang on. It looks like Porter is going to get the hell out of here, as he damn well should. We're going to try to open fire on that cavalry unit, because of course we know that a cavalry charge could pretty much mess us up. Although, we could also try to fire at the 1st Ohio. Boom. Fire at Burnside. Burnside's brigade's probably the strongest on the field right now. So I'm going to try to target him. And let's try to bring B back to the fight. Try to get him some cover over here by these trees, although I don't think it's going to be too effective. Come on, B. God damn. Alright, we may have to... Yep, I think we're going to have to bring over Hampton's Legion, and I'm not even sure if they're going to be enough. Remember, guys, when we were playing as the Union, we didn't really lose hardly any battles, but right now things are going to change, and we're also getting flanked by the 1st Ohio. Very frustrating situation, but... I feel like we absolutely need to go through with this. Come on, B. Fire on Burnside. Oh, boy. Bartow's getting flanked here. And enemies are charging at him. I'm going to try to fire over here with B, but it looks like B is going to... He's got different ideas, guys. He's going to charge in here and try to take Burnside out. Well, maybe he knows better than we do. And sure enough, Burnside is getting the hell out of here. Not that that's going to make a huge difference if we can't stop the rest of these advancing enemy units. Try to fire over here. Fire on Wilcox. I wish we had some reinforcements. I really do. But I don't think we're going to get any luck like that. Alright, Bartow's in trouble. Keep him back, boys. I'm actually going to move Imbadin up a little bit now that he fired his volley. Try to get him right up there with the men. We're going to do the same with Pelham. So these guys are going to be in such a situation that it's going to be very hard for them to miss the enemy. I would get that Bartow the hell out of here, but he is not responding. Let's see where Hampton's Legion's at. Come on, boys. Time is of the essence. Right, here we go. Fire on Wilcox. Fire on Wilcox. Hope these guys are prepared to fire these cannons very quickly. And, of course, Bartow's taken off. We've also got some enemy scouts encroaching on our position, I should say. Open fire, boys. Boom. I would have loved to get some prisoners, but right now it's looking like we might become the prisoners. Come on, boys. All right, Hampton's Legion's on the way. We should get Bartow back pretty soon, although he does look pretty pathetic, I must admit. But these guys aren't going anywhere. That much is sure. Sherman's brigade approaching. How many more men are they going to bring to the battle? That's what I want to know. Keep firing, boys. Keep on firing. Alright, let's bring Bartow forward. I'm hoping that this is going to be sufficient reinforcement for this battle. I don't think it is. We're really working with the very minimum to be able to beat the enemy here. Alright, there we go, guys. So Howard is now left. Wilcox is out of here. You can see that despite these Yankee units having a lot of men, they don't have as much morale as we do. And that's something that's going to work in our favor, but the amount of men they have here, I think they could definitely take this position. It's definitely more than 3-to-1 odds. Alright, Hampton's Legion is approaching. Come on, boys. Hold on just for a little while longer. I hope we get those reinforcements as well. Preston, fire. Nice. Nice shot right on Sherman. Excellent general, of course. And if we could damage or kill Sherman, that would be unbelievable. Imagine killing Sherman before the beginning of the American Civil War. Or I should say early on in the American Civil War. Right, there we go. Howard's getting hit hard. We are bringing Hampton's Legion up, and we're bringing Bartow up too. I'm going to try to keep them back here to try to maximize their defense rating, I guess you could say. And that 1st Ohio, I got to give it to them. You know, despite the fact they don't have a lot of men, they really won't give up. They just will not give up. So we're going to have to do something about that. Sure, we'll go ahead and hold here because I want these cannons firing. Alright, Hampton's Legion's on the way, and I definitely want to smash the 1st Ohio. It looks like our boys at the farm are getting some good shots on them, but they should be running. Let's put it that way. Got Porter approaching as well, guys. It's almost like things couldn't get any worse, but of course they certainly could. Alright, nice shot on the 1st Ohio. Howard's moving back. I'm just going to put Hampton's Legion right there. I'm not really going to mess with them too much. Fire bee. Alright, I'd love to bring the supplies over, but I'm not sure they can get here in time. Come on, boys. A few more seconds. You can do it. Show these Yanks that we mean business. Let's open fire on Porter. And I want to make sure that Beauregard is in a perfect situation, and he certainly is. The issue, of course, is the fact that our artillery is running very, very low. Sort of like my voice right now. Things like that. Alright. Okay, we got some sharpshooters over here, some skirmishers anyway. Just not going to focus on them at all, because we have our minds elsewhere. Specifically on these 2 locations, and trying to hold them. And even if we do get a victory in this battle, I mean, we've got so much we need to work on in terms of improving our morale, improving the amount of men we have. It's going to be tough, and especially as the Confederacy, it's a much harder campaign. But I think there's benefits to that. Namely, you guys enjoy watching it, so that's always enough for me. Alright, let's try to get some shots on Howard. And damn it, I hope that resupply wagon gets here soon, because Howard looks like he's about to charge. Now remember, these guys can fire. The problem is they're going to be reloading at an extremely slow rate. In fact, Pelham might be totally out of ammo, because the reloading is... No, there it is. But he's very close to being totally out of ammo. I think even when they're extremely low, they still fire a bit. Fire with B once, and then pull back, fall back. It's a very deadly battlefield right now, boys. Come on, get here now, cannons. This battle better either end soon, or we need reinforcements immediately. How you doing, Historical? Alright, we're going to go ahead and open fire here on Franklin. Withdraw to Henry Hill. There we go, guys. We've got to pull back, and it seems the enemy outnumbers us. We must retreat and reorganize our forces. And you know what? I'm more than happy to. So Henry Hill is a good place to form a defensive line, and General Jackson is arriving with troops to help us. Awesome, guys. So stop the enemy offensive. Do not lose this hill, or our flank will collapse, and we'll have to withdraw to Richmond. We don't want that to happen. We want to be moving forward in our war. We don't want to be moving backwards. So we're going to go ahead and move these guys up there. Looks like the enemy's going to try to force their way across this river, maybe even bottlenecking themselves in the process. But we're bringing Jackson forward to defend Henry Hill, guys. And unfortunately, our supply surrendered. Or maybe it was an enemy supply. Let me take a look. No, that's... Yep, it's sure enough. It was the enemy artillery. Or the enemy cavalry, excuse me. Pretty frightening stuff. Now, Hampton's Legion is still out here fighting, and so are a lot of these units, and I might keep them here, believe it or not. Then again, maybe it's better to just pull the hell back, because we don't need to hold this area. So you know what? We're going to try to do an orderly retreat, which in this situation seems nearly impossible. Alright, come on, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. Siegfried. This guy's managed to hold out in so many other situations. I'm almost tempted to just leave him here, but we're going to pull Siegfried out as well. And I'm hoping that we have enough time to pull these guys across the bridge. Alright. If we can get to this location right here, I'll be very happy. Come on, boys. So glad that cannons have horses to draw them. Look at that battlefield. Wow, guys. It's a lot of dead men on both sides. The Union lost a lot of men, but our Rebs also took a heavy pounding. Look at that. We got our boys moving up into position. Got some supplies, too. Absolutely beautiful. And right now, we're just going to sit here at Henry Hill, just like we're waiting for our wedding day. That was a weird analogy. Come on, 2nd Ohio, you bastards. Open fire on them. They're going to try to charge right across. What did I tell you? I knew these guys were eventually going to try and charge across. Beautiful. Send them right back where they came from. Back to Washington with you bastards. I'm going to hold. And let's take a look here. Stuart's cavalry has arrived to support us, guys. Really good news. Now, it would be better if they could have helped us over here where we really needed them. But this is pretty good. Obviously, it's taking the enemy a long time to consolidate in this position, probably because of all of the casualties. I would imagine it would take them a while to sort of get resituated. And in the meantime, we're going to be moving these guys forward and try to take out the enemy. Siegfried, getting shot at by skirmishers, but I'm not going to turn back to face them. That would be a mistake. And I think I'm going to take Jack Dalton here. Support our other flank. And essentially keep these boys here. I might pull them back very soon. In fact, let's get Kemper out of here. Get these boys back to a place where they could be useful. No, Jack Dalton, get the hell back, boy. Son of a bitch. Alright, we got a freaking cavalry unit trying to attack our general. Let's make short work of that cav. Open fire, boys. Show them no mercy. They try to chase our General Jack Dalton. Who the hell do they think they are? Alright, here we go, guys. We got some nice forested areas here I think would be pretty useful in a defense. And especially if we can get Hampton's Legion. I'm going to try and turn back and fire at the enemy. Or maybe even Barlow to take position here. Put ourselves in a pretty nice position. Alright, I'm going to take our cavalry and charge the skirmishers. Sick of these guys riding our coattails. Captain John Imboden is wounded. That sucks. Not really much we can do about that. One of our artillerists is wounded. Oh, nope, move back, Stuart. So I was going to attack, but now I'm looking at that. It's not looking very good. The enemy's got a tremendous amount of infantry behind just the regular skirmisher units, so we're just going to try to create a really, really nice line, guys. And let's get Cable. Alright, looks like we crushed the enemy there. Pull back with Preston. Actually, keep Preston here temporarily. And even if we manage to hold this area, I have no clue how we're going to manage to rebuild these armies. It seems like every battle we face, we end up having to rebuild like the entire army all at once. Alright, Jackson's here. Let's get Jack Dalton back to Jackson. Maybe strike up some casual conversation. It could happen. I mean, you know, Jackson's a friend, I think. He might not be, actually. I don't know. We're going to move back. And here we go. B. Alright. Alright, so Bartow's getting into position there. We don't want Beauregard getting shot. I might even move some of these boys up a little bit more, even though we're kind of pulling them out of cover. Not every single one of them has cover, but I think we need to be right there on the line behind the farm to make sure that the enemy doesn't break us. All right, cavalry unit, come on, let me get a shot at the damn cav. I hate the enemy cavalry right now. All right, they're not gonna fall for that. No way. Good shooting, boys. We still got Stewart over here, guys, on the far left. But I'm not going to be using him yet. It looks like, okay, the enemy did charge across on Preston, and they will win that one. Preston is as good as captured because there's too many enemy here. We probably should have tried to retreat with him too, but you can't save them all, as they say. You know, we did our best, and I think our best is good enough. I hope it is. 5th Virginia, move up, boys. Nice shooting. Oh man, Siegfried is getting hit hard. And we have the better cover in this situation. Maybe I need Stewart to take a look over here at Wilcox. I'm going to bring Jackson over here at the far left, and Jack Dalton can watch the far right. Bring the Virginia boys up here as well. Show them no mercy, boys. No quarter. I'm amazed. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Preston is still alive, our skirmishers. I'm amazed by that. We got to get him the hell out of here, though. I don't know if he can run, but we're sure as hell going to try to get him out of here. Losing an entire skirmisher unit, we can't deal with that right now. So Sherman is making his way across, of course. And I think we're just going to have to keep moving with Preston until we get back to our lines, if he can manage. And his condition is pretty piss poor, probably because of the fighting he just did. All right, Porter. The hell are you trying to do? Let's get Kemper up here and try to hit him in the flank. I would have loved to get some units over there in these woods. Bring Stewart back. And actually, this unit needs ammo, so we're going to bring the supply wagon over there. Try to do some fire bearing down on Wilcox. And actually, we seem to be hitting him pretty damn hard. So I'm going to move up even closer here. And I'm going to take the 5th Virginia and try to hit Porter on the flank. So it looks like Preston managed to get away, but not without some serious damage. Come on, Camper. If we can get Preston back here behind the enemy lines, that'd be perfect. Look at that. Porter's getting the hell out of here. He wants no piece of this. Boom. Wilcox getting totally destroyed by our fire. And of course, Porter speaks for himself. I mean, there's just nothing to say there. He's finished. Alright, so we got Preston. Of course, the enemy's taking these locations, but it's all about holding Henry Hill, guys. If we can hold Henry Hill, we can win. Alright, I'm bringing Stewart over here. He's going to have to do a miracle for us. Charge. Enemy flank. Charge. Charge. Let's go, boys. Fall the Confederacy. Ah, dare say. Look at that. They're getting the hell out of here. Boom. Smashing through the enemy lines. And I think now we can fall back. That was enough. Enough fun for a day. But we are going to still send Siegfried after them. And in fact, sorry, the 33rd Virginia is going to continue on forward. Even though they don't have many men there. I don't want to lose too many men with Siegfried because he's one of our units, but we could send the 33rd Virginia on a glorious charge, and it looks like they've captured, or at least heavily hit the enemy infantry unit, and might eventually capture the cavalry. Although I think the enemy has enough men to probably hold our attack back long enough to get their boys out of there. All right, there we go, Sherman advancing. Look at all these enemies moving across, guys. Holy crap. Gonna move the Virginia boys forward, too. Get standard firing on this position. Holy crap, Kemper got hit so hard there by Sherman. And, of course, Sherman is not a guy to laugh at. He's an amazing unit. And with the support of Keyes, hell, I don't know if we can hold this area. Alright, let's move the Virginia boys over here. And we're going to move Siegfried over here as well. Move Jackson here for some moral support. Fire, boys. Hampton's Legion. Good shooting. A lot of our guys are pretty low on men, but I'm hoping just these many volleys, a certain amount of volleys can get the enemy to go ahead and take off running. They do have a lot of men, though. Holy crap. It's like every moment of this battle, I'm holding my breath just to see if we can win. Come on, Jack. Give them hell and fury, boys. There we go. Sherman is going to take off. Very soon, anyway. He's having some trouble routing the Virginia boys. And we're going to have Kemper focus here on Wilcox. I don't want the enemy breaking our left flank, but I don't see any enemies there right now. So there we go. That should be enough to hold Sherman back. But is it enough to hold Keyes and the 2nd Ohio? Only time will tell. We've got some cover here in this cornfield. As you can see, 57%. Pretty decent cover. I'm sorry, this might be a wheat field. You guys know better than I do. Either way, it's hard to see through it, so definitely pretty easy for our men to hold the enemy back. Well, not easy, but it's a little easier, let's put it that way. Let's go ahead and open fire with the 5th Virginia boys. And these guys are just going to stay put. There's no real need to move them forward. We can put Siegfried a little closer to the front of the line just to hold it, but, I mean, shit. Just got to try our best to keep this position, guys. Looks like the 33rd Virginia is having to deal with shots from a skirmisher unit. That's no fun. And I'm going to pull these guys back. Fall back, Kemper. No, get back here, boy. This might be the one time, guys, where when we reinforce our army, I might go for recruits. Just because the veterans cost money. And, you know, we reinforce with veterans this time, but we're not going to be able to afford that every time. It looks like Howard might be trying to flank our rear with a charge. We're going to try to get back to our lines and throw a volley at him before he can put that into effect. Virginia boys, go forward. Go forth, Virginia. Go forth, I say. Alright, Jack Dalton's over here. We got 3 generals here. Beauregard, Jackson, and Jack Dalton. The unsung hero of the Confederacy. Counterattack. Now, guys, we have a chance to go for a counterattack. The Union is severely weakened, and now we can counterattack with our fresh reinforcements, and they're going to arrive shortly. Concentrate the attack on their right flank and push them back from where they came. All right, guys. Jackson held like a stone wall. General Johnston came to the rescue. Counterattack. That's it, boys. Stonewall Jackson. In fact, we might name this video after old Stonewall himself, managing to hold this area. And now, of course, we've got to push the enemy back with a major counterattack. As far as I can see, there's no locations we have to take. Let's go back to that area, by the way. Just look at that. Oh, it's not like the Union did not lose a lot of men here. And don't forget, guys, in the Battle of Bull Run, the Union was under the impression that the war was going to end after this battle. They thought for sure, once they taught the Confederates a lesson here, they would get the hell out of here. We're showing them that's not the case. This is a true rebellion. And I think they're starting to see that very, very quickly. Look at this nice defensive formation we've got here. I like it. Little C-shaped defensive formation. We're still moving up some reinforcements. Look at how fat. I'm not even going to say that because I'm not trying to say bad words. No, but cock or coke, whatever his name is. Just look how fat his brigade is. Like, they have to divide in 2 just to get across places. So, very cool stuff. Wow, look at that, how badly peppered this entire field is, guys. I mean, It's amazing how much damage can be done just in one tiny fight, and right here we're seeing a perfect example of that. I'm still going to try to bring Stuart over. I would love to get rid of those skirmishers, but it might kind of be not such a great idea. We're going to try to get over here on the enemy's right flank, our left flank, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and charge these guys. I know if I charge them, I can break them. The problem is, of course, that they've got some infantry behind them. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to try to charge the skirmishers with Stuart. Dun, 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 dun. Glory, boys, glory. And there we go, the skirmishers are going to get sliced up, and obviously in this cornfield, these skirmishers are going to do pretty damn well. They're going to do a lot of damage. So we're going to try to go ahead and just with Stuart slice them up. Don't forget, guys, Battle of Bull Run. This is where the Union thought for sure that the Rebs were going to pull back, and it just wasn't the case. Rebels managed to hold on, and the war extended for a significant period of time. So that's exactly what we're trying to do right now. And look at that, Smith. I didn't even notice he was here. We're going to move Smith up as well into this position. Remember, our main goal is to hold Henry Hill under any circumstances. We're not in the greatest position right now in terms of, you know, our actual, what the position we're holding, basically. But that's going to change. Hold on, boys. Come on. Right, we got someone moving up right now. Bonham. And I think right now I'm just going to kind of stay very, very calm. I don't want the enemy breaking on our left, and it definitely looks like they could do that. So I might take Kemper, move him into the cornfield here. The wheat field, pardon me. I know somebody's going to kick my ass for saying cornfield instead of wheat field. And see what he can do. And in the meantime, we're really just trying to hold back the enemy. I think they might be starting to realize that they might not be able to win this fight. Now, one thing I'm going to do is move Holmes over here. Maybe move Ewell over here. They're going to try to change Southern way of life. They got another thing coming. Move forward. And of course, right now, since we're both exchanging shots in these wheat fields, you can imagine that it's a pretty bloody fight for both of us. Kemper, open fire. Bonham is trying to get into a better position, but he could put himself in a very bad situation here. And look at that. We got plenty of enemies trying to break on our right flank. Hampton's Legion is trying to get some shots. Let's get the Virginia boys firing here in the 4th Virginia too. And look, if we can hit these enemies while they're on the lake here, I mean, we are going to be in a great position. Come on, Cable. Cable managed to get a an actual promotion last turn, or last battle, guys. So we want to see if he can keep that up. And by the way, I saw everybody mention you guys prefer the overhead view, so we're not going to be changing that one bit. Try to hit Franklin with some more men. Come on, boys. Alright, Smith is on the way, and I'm actually going to move Smith over here. I think our guys pretty much have McDowell's forces held down, and look at that. Look at Keyes on the water. He's getting hit so damn hard, and with when Ewell gets here, firing from the woods, I think that's going to surprise the 2nd New York enough to make them get the hell out of here. So here we go. Let's hit that 2nd New York. Let them know we mean business. We're Confederates, and we are not giving up that easily. Alright, there we go. Keyes is out of here. Like I told you guys before, these Federals, despite the fact that they have more men than us, they just don't have enough morale to make it. And look at all those dead Union men on the river. I can't wait to see the actual casualty counts here, but you can see for sure we've got them absolutely running on this right flank. Smith get into position. I don't like that Wilcox is hitting us for quite a lot of damage, but at least Bartow's holding on. Smith, fire on Burnside. Love to kill Burnside in this battle. If we manage to kill Grant or Burnside this early on in the war, can you imagine the amount of bonuses we're going to get? Alright, hold on. Wait a minute. We got these boys way too far out. Well, maybe not. Let me go ahead and pull back just a little bit with them. And actually, I want Ewell right there in the woods. There's no need to get these guys close to the enemy at all. I'm glad Hampton's Legion is in ours too, because they have taken a beating. Let's go ahead and get another volley there on Burnside, and even if I could hit him with Siegfried, maybe get Siegfried to rank up this battle. We better get a nice amount of supplies, reinforcements, money if we manage to get a victory here. All right, you can see that McDowell was hanging out back here. I might bring the 3rd Virginia, even though they only have 280 men left, just to get another flanking shot on Burnside here. And there we go. Burnside is wisely going to take off. It's going to be a bit of a run for him, but I think that's probably the best suggestion for him. And it looks like we got this place hunkered down. It doesn't look like we're going to be losing this this area, or we're getting into a difficult situation. And sure enough, we routed Burnside. Beautiful shooting by our boys. And it looks like even the 33rd Virginia got a nice shot on the enemy here. Don't forget, guys, if you enjoy this series, it really helps when you guys share the videos. I can't stress that enough. You know, it's all about you guys. If you guys share these videos in places, even if you guys have publications or something like that, and you want to talk about Agrippa Maxentius on this channel, I'd really appreciate it. No matter how small your publication is, it's always helpful. It really is. What do we got over here? I keep seeing a damn red spot. Oh, it's Stewart. That's right. All right, let's move our cavalry up. Stand fast, boys. Stand fast. Show these Federals we mean business. If Lincoln wants to come and get us, let him come himself. And there we go. Despite that woods cover, Wilcox is going to break away. Just look at all those dead Federals around us. This is definitely a bloodbath, and I'm hoping that the damage we did to the Union here is going to offset the damage we took. Even over here, you see all those blue coats. We really lost a lot of men over here on the far left, obviously, because of a lot of artillery shots that came into our lines. But overall, I think we might be able to get out of this with not as many casualties as anticipated, put it that way. Come on, Federals, what are you doing? You done fighting? Bunch of goddamn cowards. Where's Stewart? Could try to get that skirmisher unit, but I think I'm just going to hold my position, guys. Okay, trying to look back here. We've got Holmes. We don't really need to bring him up. I mean, the force of the Confederate Army right now is unmatched. You guys can just see right now, this battle is ours. I think the enemy just had to move through so many locations. You can see how terribly peppered the field is with shot, that they just can't really do much anymore. And hopefully, with everything we win from this battle, which I hope is a significant amount, we can go ahead and purchase some new units, new upgrades, and really improve our overall status here for our army. It looks like we definitely put a hurting on the enemy, but we took a hurting ourselves, especially with units like Siegfried, who were at 1,500 before, and then we're going to basically have to reform. And I'm thinking that some of these guys, we're not going to be able to get veterans. We're going to have to get just some regular recruits, because if we just get veterans, we're not going to be able to afford this, guys. It's just not possible. What the hell? Empty. Damn it, our supplies are empty. Well, it's about time those boys used up all their ammunition. Still taking some serious shots from enemy artillery units. If I want to be real safe, I could probably fall back. Or I could even take Stewart. Let's even go find those arty units and maybe even charge them. Bartow, 559. Remember what he had started with? I mean, this guy has taken a lot of beatings throughout this battle. I think that's it. I don't think the Federals are going to try anything else, guys. I think they've pretty much wet their pants, and they're going to be heading back to Washington as soon as possible to reform. And obviously a lot of the guys here need some serious medical treatment. Got a few guys that we lost over here, but mostly due to that consistent enemy fire. So I'm going to send Stewart up here. This might not be the greatest decision in the world, but I'm going to try and smash through to the enemy our artillery units with Stewart. Come on, Stewart. Come on, boy. You can do it. Charge! For the Confederacy. Ooh, some nasty canister shot right there. We're going to be hitting a nasty... Oh, we may not survive here, guys. I knew it was a little risky, but I didn't realize it was that risky. If we can kill that unit, though, I'll be happy. I'll trade a cavalry unit for an artillery unit, just so they're not bothering us the entire battle. What's this? Burnside coming back for more? It's just like Burnside. And unfortunately, yeah, Stuart is finished. I don't think he's going to be back this battle. But if Burnside's going to come back, well, I'm going to meet him halfway. Let's grab Jack Dalton. Move him over here. Very weird movement there, I admit. Alright, Kemper, fire. Smith, fire. We're going to hit these guys from 3 different sides. 3 different locations. Give him hell. I'd love to kill Burnside here. That's really the main reason I'm moving forward. I'm trying to get a kill shot on Burnside, and look at that. Yeah, he knows better. He's going to pull right back. He's too smart a general to make mistakes like that. But Porter might not be too smart. Keep shooting, boys. One thing I also wish, guys, I'd like you to add this in the comments below. Don't you wish that in the casualties they also listed the enemy officer casualties? So far, I can only see our casualties listed for our officers. It'd be really cool to be able to look and see what enemy officers were killed or wounded during the battle. As is, you can't really do that, and there might be a reason for that. Because, you know, obviously if the Union were to lose guys like Grant and stuff like that, it could really damage their overall chances of winning the battle. So there we go. I think the enemy's just trying to draw us out, because once they get up over here, guys, you see that? They've got the high ground. They can fire down on us and do quite a lot of damage. So we're moving right back to our lines. Move B up here. B we're going to have to outfit, of course. Keep firing, boys. Now our artillery is in control. Alright, we've got Sherman moving forward. Here we go. Let's get the 2nd Virginia to fire at them as well. Good shooting, boys. I'll bring forward the 2nd Virginia over here and the 27th Virginia. These Virginia boys, you know, they have such love for the Confederacy. Probably one of the states that supports the Confederacy the most. And if you can't fight for Virginia, you can't fight for the U.S. Wait a minute, that don't make sense. Well, basically, you guys know the story. Robert E. Lee was asked to join the Federal Army, but he said he couldn't because he could not fight against his home state of Virginia, which would, of course, be the case if he were to join the Union. So here we go. 4th Virginia, and actually I could bring Jack Dalton back over here, but I'm going to bring Jackson. And Jackson, since he's a better general, definitely has a wider range than I do. Old Jack Dalton. Come on, get a volley out. Get another volley out, boys. The hell is wrong with... There we go. Nice. Riding Sherman's back. Maybe one from the 4th. Send these boys right back to where they came from. Oh yeah, we're still going to fire at Sherman. Like I said, I want to do as much damage to him as possible. Here we go. We've got another Union man, Howard, over here. Looks like Siegfried has more or less got him under control, and we could bring Koch forward. See if we can get him on the flank, but yeah, I think they're going to go ahead and pull back across the river, and they better, because if not, they're going to get chopped to little bits. Okay, the one thing that I don't like is Keyes over here on the right flank. He looks way too comfortable. And there we go, boys. Victory is ours. We're, of course, going to finish. And it looks like... Wow. Holy shit, look at those casualties. 9,717 Union dead. We've got 4,711 men wounded or killed. A lot of cavalry lost and some missing units. I'm anticipating that's probably the cavalry. Of course, all of our units got the most kills. Siegfried with 2,207 kills. And look at that. A bunch of guys promoted. We even got Francis Bartow promoted to Brigadier General from Colonel, which is an amazing jump and really, really awesome. As for goods, did we steal anything? Looks like we got some Springfields, nothing special. Some supplies, that's going to be helpful for sure. and a few 6-pounders, but it's really not enough to make much of a difference. So here we go, guys. We gotta outfit this army as best we can for the next upcoming battles. We got Thomas Jackson as a battle reward, which is awesome. It's gonna add to our overall army organization. But now we've got to fill these ranks up. So I'm gonna go to veteran here. 1,500. Apply. Kemper. 1,500 veterans. Apply. Now, as you can see, that cash is going down fast. 21,000. Apply. Archer's fine. Siegfried. Could go ahead and give him some veteran. I'm going to give him some rookie units because it's expensive to outfit the cavalry. And let's go ahead. We're going to get another infantry brigade led by Thomas Jackson, the great Thomas Jackson. And we definitely want to get him some better rifles. So let's see if we can get that Mississippi. Yes, we can, boys. We have more than enough for the Mississippi. Of course, this is an entirely new brigade. And we can also give these guys some boosts. So we're going to go ahead and give them discipline training. And for Cable, our awesome artillerist, we're going to give him some logistics training. It's going to improve his ammunition. We had issues with ammo before. Hopefully now we won't have as many. So I'm trying to think now, what else do we want to spend our money on? Another skirmisher unit couldn't hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and get those skirmishers. And I'm going to try and outfit them with a really nice rifle if we have them. If not, we may have to stick with just the good old hunter. Alright, there we go, boys. Let's get a, maybe another artillery brigade here. And we might need to select a different gun. Doesn't look like we have many. We might need to purchase some from the shop. So, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel for now. And, well, we kind of do need another artillery piece. So, let's take a look here at the arty. We'll get some 12-pound howitzers. Oh, it's so expensive. Alright, well. Dig our own graves. Here we go, guys. Let's go for that arty. And let's get the 12-pound howitzer. And I don't know how many of these we can get. I think we only have 7 or 12. So we'll go 4. Oh, pretty close, pretty close. Create. Oh, nice, boys. Okay, we can start building the 2nd Corps. And I'm going to put Henry Root, General Henry Root, in charge of this 2nd Corps. He's quite expensive, but I think he's going to do a great job. Create a new division with Harvey Whitaker. In fact, I could have put somebody else in charge of that division, but we just don't have enough money for it. So let's go ahead. We're going to go over here and boost our supply as best we can. Try to get it up to 2,740. It's not even that good, but that's going to have to do, guys. And when we're looking at the battles map, we've got the Battle of Ambush, well, ambushing the convoy. We've got the Battle of Stay Alert, and of course, we've got the main Battle of Shiloh. But anyway, if you guys want to put down below what you'd prefer to see, we'll see if we can accommodate that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share, etc. It all helps. Thanks for watching. Take care, and have a glorious, glorious day. God save the South.